Hi guys, and welcome back to today's video. And in this video I'm going to be doing a 2024 get to know me. So anyways, what I'll be doing is I will just be basically explaining myself and like answering questions that I wrote down specifically for this video. I will be warning you, this questionnaire, this Q&A will be talking about mental health and suicide. So I just wanted to throw a trigger warning out there. So if this video is not for you, you may not want to watch this because I get very deep. So this is actually like really deep, and it's not for the whole video, it's only for like a couple questions. So we're gonna be just putting that out there for anybody who struggled with that. And yeah, let's get into the video. So anyways, I wanted to do a true crime video. I actually wanted to upload a true crime video last week, but I couldn't do it because last week when I was with my friend, me and her were looking over some things because we work on these things together sometimes, and I was realizing that I had missed some major information that I hadn't actually put in my notes. So I did not upload the video of Adam Walsh. That's going to be the next video. And my caregiver was looking at some like important like notes and fact checking everything, and she was like, you know, you really missed this. You shouldn't upload this video because if you miss something, you're going to spread misinformation. And that's very important for anybody who is in the true crime community. As we all know, don't spread misinformation and just like fact check everything. So that's what I'm definitely learning from this. So anyways, without further ado, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on all these post notifications for when I upload a brand new video Monday through Friday. And the creator of the month is Kendall Ray, and the charity/organization of the month is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So really, let's get into the video. So I wrote the questions down on paper, so I might be looking over here. So introduce yourself. Okay, so I'm Miss Leanne, and but my name is Hope Stunkel. I am 23 years old. I am going to Western Illinois University, and I am majoring in political science with a double minor in psychology and sociology. I also am doing my paralegal certificate at Bryant and Stratton College all online, so that when I get out of Western, I can have a backup plan and work as a paralegal. And I think I want to do criminal litigation, but if I do want to pursue my education more, I really do want to go into law school, and I plan on attending the University of Illinois in Chicago School of Law. And I want to practice disability rights law in my future. So that's kind of like a little bit of an introduction. I also want to let you know I do have a cat named Luna. She hasn't been in my videos because she doesn't want to be on video. I mean, I don't force my animals to be on video. She just kind of comes and goes. So yeah. What are my hobbies? My main hobbies are doing anything artsy or very creative. Reading, I love to read. I am currently reading Punk 57, and I like it, but I just haven't had time to read it. I love writing, so I love journaling and writing poetry and writing stories. And then I also love to volunteer at my church. And I also wanted to let you know, so I will talk a lot about my church experience today, but I don't want to push anybody's religious beliefs from me, so I don't want to like disrespect your beliefs, but these are just my beliefs, and I would like to have support on this just as much as I will support your religious beliefs. And that actually goes on to the next question. So my spiritual growth journey. So I don't know where to start. So I've had a terrible situation go on in my life, and it was really hard to deal with, and it looks like I'm smiling, but I'm not. But I am so sorry. But I've had a really hard time in my life with being sexually assaulted, and I'm not going to get too much into detail, but this is kind of the synopsis of this video. And it really affected me in an emotional way. Like, it had a negative effect on my mental health, and it was just really hard to deal with, and I feel like I struggle with this literally every second of the day. Like, there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about what happened to me. I will not be mentioning any names because of legal reasons. Not that this hasn't gotten anywhere. It really hasn't gotten anywhere. So, the justice system in my area just isn't doing me any favors, which is kind of sad because I am somebody who is very passionate about the criminal justice field. I am starting to film true crime videos, and to have something like this happen to me and then to not get what you would expect because people think that you're lying, it's just horrible. So, to think about. And I was actually going to the same church as my perpetrator was, so I didn't want to be there anymore, so I wanted to move to a different church. So the church that I went to is kind of more local in Macomb. Like, there's not like really any different branches to this church, but the one church that I went to, she invited me to do things, but I would never actually go to like Sunday services because I really did not want to be with this person. I wanted to avoid any contact with her as much as possible. Even when I was with this person, I just didn't want to be around this person. So I went to a church, and I will be more than happy to mention the name of my church that I go to. And I go to First Christian Church. So basically how this happened was, this was one of my New Year's resolution, was to go to church more and to like actually be there and be present in the moment. And the previous church that I went to was like, it was a nice church. The pastor was really nice and all that stuff, but it was the people that were members of the church that were not nice, that I literally felt afraid of them. And I was on the bus, because I take public transit because I'm in a wheelchair, obviously, and I saw one of the church members that goes to this more local church, and it was very awkward. It was very weird. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to cause anything, so yeah. But anyways, the church that I do go to is the First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, and I really love this church so much because the pastor is really nice. They seem like very compassionate people. There's actual licenses in the church, and the pastor's wife is super, super nice. I really love the church and the community, because I feel like people are more welcoming there, they're more respectful, they're more kind, and I do struggle with mental health, so I don't always attend there because I'm always really tired and trying to catch up on my sleep on Sundays. Since I do believe that the weekends are a day of rest and a day of, reflection, so I'm not always there, but I do attend a lot of the services now that I've started going there. I am involved in every aspect of church. I'm involved in the women's fellowship at the church. I'm involved in the outreach, the evangelicalism branch of the church that I'm involved. Wait, what did I say? So women's outreach, evangelicalism, I'm a member there. I work there as a volunteer, so I do like admin stuff there. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm involved in a lot of stuff. So literally all summer so far I've been working at this church, which I love. I really love it. It gets me out of the house. It keeps me busy. It keeps my mind occupied with everything else going on in my life that's been negative. And it's just been really helping me. And I also help with the newsletters at this church. So I'm very excited to say that I am a very involved person in my church, which was something that I've never really done before. So it's something out of my comfort zone, and it's really helped with my mental health. Okay. The next question is kind of true crime related. So anyways, it is, how did I feel about filming my first true crime video? So, like as you saw in the previous video, I filmed the case of Gabriel Fernandez, and like I said in that video, it took me 9 months to actually film it because I was crying and breaking down, and every time I had to go on camera I wouldn't be able to do it, and I finally took the guts to do it and actually record this video. And it was such an amazing experience. It was such an eye-opening. It was so eye-opening to actually tell somebody's story with respect and kindness. And I've gotten views like I've never gotten before. Like, I'm not doing this for the views, even though it may seem like it. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about something. And this part will go on to the very last question. So I had a previous channel called Healing with Hope, and I liked doing it, but it wasn't something that I was passionate about. So I didn't really like get into it as much as I did with the true crime content video and stuff like that. Like, I just didn't feel like qualified enough to do it, I guess, because I'm somebody who struggles with mental health a lot of the time, and I didn't feel like I would be good enough at doing that. So, and then this kind of goes back to my community college experiences. So when I was in community college, I tried business, and then I didn't like it. So then I went to criminal justice, and ever since I've felt this like positive energy, and I felt more disciplined and very passionate about what I'm doing for the future. So that's kind of like why I wanted to dive into more true crime content, and I actually really loved it. Like, I like researching. Research is one of my favorite things to do, is why I'm going to go into paralegal stuff. So I like researching. I like learning everything about true crime. I think it's just so fascinating. But you have to remember, it isn't a story. It's not a show. It's not some Hollywood film. These are real people we're talking about, and I just wanted to put that into place. So that was very important to me when I was first filming. I didn't want to make it like this big Hollywood movie story. I wanted to make it into something respectful and kind, to where I was getting somebody's story across. So now we're going to be talking about classes. Because, like I said, I'm a WIU student, and I graduate in December of this year, and I'm very excited. So what are the classes I took this spring semester, and why didn't I film? So I was going to go into college vlogging, and I thought that was too much work. Because, like, I don't have a video camera. I don't have a fancy Canon video camera. All I have is my tablet and, like, my phone. So I was like, I'm not doing this because I don't feel like I'm good enough for that either. So, anyways, that's besides the point. And by the way, I also wanted to note that all of my videos are in playlist, public playlist. So that's why you guys might not see them like on the main feed. I don't know how that works, but I should know how it works, but I don't know how it works. But they're all in playlist. So I just wanted to point that out there. And then, going back to the previous question, so I filmed the true crime videos, and I just wanted to let you know I have an official name for it that I will be sticking to, and it will be called Crime Tension. So initially what it was in the playlist name, and I completely forgot about it because I wanted to do a crime series called They Did the Unthinkable, sorry, but I thought Crime Tension stuck with me more because crime and attention, you need to pay attention to what you're going through and researching what people are going through and really look into it more. So that's why I decided to have that name, and that is the permanent name for my true crime channel. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a channel, or if I just want to keep it real with you guys and just have it on one channel, because I know some people do that. Some people have a lot of different videos on one channel, types of videos, but other people have it on different channels, and I was kind of tired of managing multiple channels, so it's Crime Tension. So let's get back to the 5th question. What classes did I take the spring semester, and explain to them, and did you like them or not? So basically the classes that I took this semester were Research Methods 2, Senior Seminar, Creative Writing, Psych Law, Political Research Methods, and Civil Litigation, which I have the retake, which I'll be getting into in a few minutes. So Research Methods 2 is basically the sociology statistics course that they have at Western Illinois University. Now, did I like it? No, because it was too complicated, it was too hard, and I kept feeling like a failure. And the professor was just kind of blah. He wasn't a bad professor, but he didn't explain it enough, so I had to drop the class, which will explain why I'm taking summer classes. So that's kind of it. We had to use the IBM SPSS, and that was hard to use. That was so hard to use. As to somebody who doesn't think like that, it was really hard to use. I don't think in the mathematical terms, but I think of more in the research terms. How ironic, but I always like to find the why. Now, Senior Seminar. So Senior Seminar was a political science senior seminar. This is for all seniors who have been involved in the political science program. So basically what we did was it's kind of like a career get ready for the career. So we did sorry, I'm looking at Luna. So we did kind of practice things that would help get us ready. We created a resume, and we did a bunch of presentations for our future careers. So a lot of my classmates wanted to do law, which is very interesting. A lot of them wanted to go into law enforcement, but mostly law and legal, which is really interesting because I don't know, I just didn't think that was gonna happen. But anyways, let's get on to the next class. The next class I took was Creative Writing, and that was kind of a general education course that I had to take. Now, I actually liked it, so I didn't think it was a waste of money. That's what I thought with all my classes at my community college, that they were all a waste of money. And that sounds really bad coming from a college student, but a lot of 4-year college programs always want you to take the general education courses, and I didn't feel the same passion as I did when I took my criminal justice program course at IVCC. So that's kind of why I changed majors as well. But I really liked creative writing. It was more like therapy, honestly, because all I thought about was a creative writing portfolio. That's all I did. And you could really be expressive and unique, and I didn't feel like I had to fit into somebody's little box. I felt so expressive, and that was really amazing to me, so that's why I liked it. The next class I took was psych law. So psych law I actually really liked, but I didn't do as good as I wanted to because I forgot about an exam and I couldn't retake it. And I will get on to like why I forgot about the exam like later on in the video. So I liked psych law. We really got to learn about the trial process and serial killers and how the criminal mind really works, and that is the kind of content that I love to learn. I think it's so interesting, as to which why I majored in psychology and sociology. So I really liked that class. Political research methods. So that was like the statistics course of political science, basically. And that's the best way to put it. I liked the class. It was really interesting, but it was really hard. Because it was really hard, but it wasn't. The homework assignments were like these essay questions, and they were really hard. Like, I didn't know how to do them. So that was my downfall as to why I had such a bad time there, but I really liked it. I really like learning about research design, and I think that's really cool and interesting. Like I said, I love research. So anyways, and then the final class that I took was for my paralegal certificate at Bryant and Stratton College, and I took civil litigation, but I had to like drop it because of situations going on that I kind of told you about in the beginning of the video. So yeah, we're not even gonna count that because I'm taking that in the summer. So what class in the spring semester did I like the most? I liked psychology law the most. I just thought it was really fun. I wish I would have gotten a better grade on it, because if I didn't forget that exam, I probably would have gotten a B as in boy. So there you go. My least favorite class was obviously research methods too. And what makes me so mad is I got the impression that I had to take it as a minor, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, and I'm so mad. So I feel like to pay that. So that's good to know. I'm sorry, I'm just like really tired. So let's get on to the next part of the video, and that is my summer classes. What am I taking, and what do you think I will like the most? So my summer classes that I'm taking is my gendered society class right now at WIU, and I really like it so far. We get to learn about, like, it's basically a gender studies course for sociology, if you want to put it that way. My summer classes are going to be civil litigation and then legal research and writing. Love that for me. So what class do I think I will like the most out of the three? I think I will like legal research and writing the most because, like I've said 3 times in the video already, I love doing research and I love writing, so it's obviously legal research. So yeah. The 7th question is, how do you feel about graduating from college and finishing your paralegal certificate? How do I feel about graduating? I'm a little nervous to graduate, and I don't know why. It's just that, like, I'm nervous that I have to actually, like, look for a job and figure out all of that stuff. But I shouldn't be too nervous, though, because I'm doing my paralegal certificate, which will be done in November, so it'll give me a little bit of time to look for a job. And plus, I kind of want to be a paralegal for a little while before going to law school. So that's kind of like the deal with it. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm afraid I might not get a job that easily. So I also wanted to bring on the point that a lot of women have trouble getting jobs and careers, because I just literally learned this in my gender society class, is because they're usually seen as unreliable, and that's really sad. Unfortunately, that's the case with a lot of jobs nowadays. A lot of people think that we may have like done better, but I don't feel like we have. And I also feel like it's really hard to get a job, is because I'm in a wheelchair, and that shouldn't be really hard, because there are legal laws that prevent worker discrimination, but they're not always like followed. So just wanted to put that out there, but I will hope and pray that I get a job as a paralegal right out of WIU and then go to law school in a few years. So I'm really hoping that is the case. The next question is, will I be going to the NALA Expo? Okay, so I really do want to go to the NALA Expo because I'm obviously gonna be a paralegal, but I could just watch it on YouTube since you can literally find everything on YouTube. So I could find something and just watch it on YouTube. Or if I do get in quick enough, I could attend it. I wouldn't be able to go in person though. If there's an online way to do it, I would, but unfortunately I can't go because it's probably in a different state, and unfortunately I am broke, so we can't do that. The 9th question is GRE and LSAT study prep. So have I started that? I've started a little bit on GRE study prep, and I have looked over the LSAT study prep over time, but I haven't actually started studying hardcore. And that's probably because I'm not mentally disciplined enough to do that, and that's really sad. You should have as much discipline as possible if you want to do this, but I'm slowly starting to look at it and I'm slowly starting to understand something. So I have a playlist on my YouTube channel. I don't know if I think I'm gonna make it public on my channel, but I didn't actually do it. But I'm gonna make it public for other people who are planning on going to law school and who are looking at the GRE prep, since I did look at the analytics for the last video of Gabriel Fernandez, and I do have a lot of United States people, so I will be definitely making my GRE playlist public. Now, I did not do any GRE study prep videos because I'm not that good at it, but it's by another YouTuber, so we're gonna just publicize that playlist, and it'll be perfect for anybody who's doing the GRE prep, since I know that can be hard. But the LSAT prep has to be the hardest because you're obviously doing that stuff, and the best way to do it is to use Khan Academy. That's the way I'm going with it for right now, and then I'm gonna look at the workbooks and practice questions and all that stuff. And another thing is, a lot of law schools don't require the LSAT, so I might not even look at it that much. A lot of the law schools that I'm looking at don't require the LSAT, which is really good. So if you want to be a lawyer but you don't feel like you could do the LSAT, then you can just do the GRE and look at the law schools that don't require the LSAT, is how I would do it. So what was the high point in my college semester? The high point of my college semester, I would say, was, I don't know. I don't really have a high point in the semester, which is unfortunate, but I would say learning about political research was a really good class. Taking that class was fun. And the low point in my semester was struggling in classes. Now, I had 6 classes, and it was really hard to keep up with all of it, and I tried to do it, and I couldn't do it the best of my ability, but, I tried my best, and I felt like I learned how to, time manage myself better, and I learned something that you don't need to be burned out. It's easier said than done, but the best way to do it is, if you are a full-time student, is to treat your college education like it's your job, because it practically is your job, because you're most likely paying all this money with either financial aid or scholarships. So treating it like your job, working 8 hours a day or 40 hours a week, is what I would do the best. And definitely balance your mental health and your hobbies to make it a better experience, which something I didn't do. And it's always the winter that I have the hardest time with, because I struggle with mental health. during the winter because of seasonal depression is what I have, which I'll be getting into more. Okay, so the next question is the high point in your life so far of this year. The highest point in my life so far was joining the church that I am going to now. I feel like my spiritual growth has blossomed from when I was a kid. So basically, we were raised in a Christian household and we believed in God all of our lives, but we didn't go to church because I had so many siblings, and that was really hard to lug 4 siblings in wheelchairs and go to church every Sunday. It was really hard to do that. So yeah, but yeah, that's the high point of my life. The low point in my life would be the difficult semester that I've had with my bad mental health. And this goes on to the next question. And again, I wanted to preface a trigger warning as we are just talking about suicide in this video. So I will definitely be leaving a trigger warning in the description box below either way, so that anybody who watches this sees it immediately. So, opening up my mental health: anxiety, depression, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, and bipolar disorder. So, I'm not gonna get into this video, I'm not gonna get into this part too much, but I'm gonna kind of do an abridged version, or try to, since it's already a really long video. So, I guess the questions that we could discuss is, how did I know I was struggling with mental health? And how did this affect me? So I was struggling with mental health, mainly anxiety, ever since I was a child, but I didn't get diagnosed until I was 18. So I had panic attacks. I would cry myself to sleep every night. I would, there's just a lot more that I'm going into, but those are the main things that I want to talk about. And it was just really hard. I guess the point where I knew I was really struggling was when I moved into my first apartment. So when I was 18 years old, I moved to an apartment 15 minutes away from my parents, and I couldn't even handle myself because I was just anxious. So like I said, we had a lot of siblings in the household, and going from that to being alone was very different. I had these thoughts oh, my family doesn't love me, so they want to move out, or this is a punishment for me, or I'm not going to be able to make it. And I have to know, I did not know how to budget or really clean or even manage my life very well. So I struggled with that for the longest time, and it took me until I was 20 to learn. And then this goes on to the next part. So I lived 15 minutes away from the community college, and it all started with a Netflix show. So I was watching some true crime video, and I was oh my gosh, this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I really want to. So then I talked to my advisor, my DHS advisor, about it, and she said that I couldn't change my major and she wouldn't help me the rest of the time. So that was horrible to deal with. She said that I don't think you're passionate about it. Starting from a Netflix show is very silly. What made you want to do this? And then this is when I wanted to end my life. So I was 18. This was in January. So the amount of spiraling that I went through from being just a bratty kid to like having these depressive and suicidal thoughts, I was like, gosh, nobody thinks I'm good enough. Nobody thinks I'm going to make it into my life. She thinks I'm not good enough. She thinks I'm not going to make it into the real world. My mom doesn't want to be with me. Like, she wants nothing to do with me, which these were just thoughts. Like, I love my mom 100%, but these were just, like, thoughts that I had. I was like, everybody hates me. Nobody cares about me. Like, those were the literal thoughts I was having, and it was to the point where I was spiraling. Like, I would cry every day, at least twice a day. I would cry twice a day. I would have, like, stress diarrhea. Like, it was just so bad. I was actually losing quite a bit of weight, and I was having more panic attacks living on my own than I'd ever had as a child. Luna! Hey! What are you doing, Mama? Huh? She's sleeping. So, dealing with that was like horrible. So then I went to the psych ward 3 more times in my life, and then it was noted by a caregiver that she would get me a cat as emotional support. You're being so cute right now, Luna. She knows I'm talking about her. So basically, I had a caregiver that got me an emotional support animal that I still actually talk to every day. And my life like changed. I thought my cat wasn't gonna ever like me since she was a feral cat, and she went through 5 owners before I got her, and she's been with me for like 4 years, and that's crazy to say. So, how did I get Luna? Well, I got her through a Facebook friend, and it was 3 weeks that she wasn't going around me, she wasn't letting me pet her. It got better over time, and then it was like in September that I had Luna officially, and like she loved me. She started letting me pet her. It took her a really long time to trust me and get used to me. So then in December I registered her as an emotional support animal to help with depression and anxiety, and I feel like if I did not have Luna, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So she's moved to me to 3 different apartments, which is crazy, and she loves me. Now she likes to sleep with me on my bed every night. She likes to smack me. She likes to take my socks off and eat them. She likes to go on top of the fridge. She likes to go on top of the cabinet. She wants me to pet her at all times. She likes to sleep on my couch. She likes to watch other videos, mainly her bird videos. She's so obsessed. She loves Tom and Jerry. I mean, but she's a nuisance at night. Like, she's always acting like she's on crack, and she's just the light of my world. So I really love Luna, and she's sitting there on the couch laying. That's why I keep looking. I'm gonna see if I can get Luna in the video. So I'm gonna turn my camera around. Luna, look it. You're so cute. Luna, Luna, you're just so cute. So that's her sleeping right now. Yeah, she loves me. Anyways, how do I deal with my mental health? So I wake up, I do my stuff. Even if I like wake up at a different time every day, I still do my routine. So that's brushing my teeth, getting dressed, doing a little bit of self-care, doing some household things for an hour. So I'd be like doing dishes, maybe cleaning up my desk a little bit, maybe doing Luna stuff. So I'd be like changing her water bowl, her food bowl, cleaning her mat, cleaning her litter box, going to the post office and getting my mail. So just like, and these things don't happen every day. Sometimes they, well, the litter box does, but like these are just like things that I do. and then I just kind of like write a list. If you don't know me, I also have ADHD, so I'm very like neurodivergent, and I always have to write a list down. So as you can see, that's my list, and writing this list down actually helps me. So I learned from recent research, and I agree with this research, that when you write down a to-do list, it boosts your serotonin and dopamine, like once you cross everything off. And it's true for me anyway. It really helps me to like do all of these things. It really helps me, even if it's late at night. Like, we have a library in my apartment complex downstairs, so we got kind of like a study area, so I just go down there and study if I can't go to the library because I slept in too late. So I kind of do that, and then I just kind of like eat meals. I try to eat 3 meals a day, but sometimes I won't, but usually it's 3 meals a day. Number 16, what would you tell your younger self? I would tell my younger self that everything's going to be okay, and that no matter what you've been through, you are going to be confident, beautiful, and strong. And I just want even everybody to hear this that's listening, to like just remember how beautiful you are and remember what you've been through, but like don't use that as an excuse as to not get through life the way you want to get through it. On a Christian perspective, just know that God is always watching over you, and that He loves you with all of His heart, and that He will help you through anything. So just remember that God is always by your side. Even if you don't see Him, just remember that He's in prayer and spirit, and that He will help you get through this. So these are going to be like the next 3 questions. No, the next 4 questions. Wow. Where do you see yourself in 1, 3, 5, and 10 years? In 1 year, I see to have graduated and started looking for a job as a paralegal, or hopefully starting my job as a paralegal, and hopefully have moved to Chicago or around the same area where my parents are at. In 3 years, I plan to like hopefully have just finished law school or almost done with law school. I hope to have better mental health at the time, and hopefully I get a lot of experiences there at the law school I go to, if I do go to law school, and hopefully it'll help me in my future career. In 5 years, hopefully in 5 years I see myself, so I'd be 28, so hopefully I'd see myself as like a starting lawyer or a paralegal still, and I would hope to have made an impact on one person's life by then, or maybe 10. In 10 years, I see myself as being single and just like getting through work, being happy, being with my family, being closer to my family, and just making more friends, and making sure that people like me for who I am. And yeah, so that's like 4 questions. So my life advice is to just my motto in life is like just keep trucking along, just keep pushing through, because you'll be able to get through this, and don't let anybody negative get in your way. And the last, no, do I hope to be doing more mental health and true crime content soon? So the mental health, like I said, probably no, but the true crime content, definitely. So I hope to just be doing that really soon, sometime, and I hope to be able to spread more awareness and to reach more people. What do you hope to learn in your lifetime? One lesson that I want to learn in my lifetime is that I have to think about this one for a little bit. Is no matter the impact, just know that you've made a difference, whether you were a lawyer or a paralegal or just a true crime content creator. I just hope that you learn that you made a difference in somebody's life. And that is all I have for this video, and I would just really like to say thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on all those post notifications for when I upload a brand new video. Monday through Friday, I will eventually be getting back into true crime content, and I will be redoing the Adam Walsh case because I wanted to spread it with respect and kindness and humility. And I wanted to make sure that we remember that this is a story about a little boy who was sadly murdered in such a horrific way. And make sure to check out the creator and the charity/organization of the month. The creator of the month is Kendall Ray, and the charity/organization of the month is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And I will link every info link down below in the description box, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and be nice to people and love everybody around you, and love you. Bye.